Hi, Sagittarius. If you want to come on in, have a seat for some symbolic support. Here's your ink blot we've done in color. If you want to take a screenshot so you can scry in your own time and terms. That is complementary to your contrastual ink blot we did in your name for earlier in May. Sages, thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. We'll scry your ink, add on tarot and oracle, and the spirit box is already rocking and rolling for any alternative audio messages that may inspire our atmospheric auric adventures. Sages, I'm going to take a moment here if you'd like to join me to release the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. Thank you to those who like, share, subscribe, and donate. You warm my haunted heart. And as well, comment what you see, sense, or feel. Please always feel well to do that. Sages, I got something going on in my right shoulder that wasn't there for the other readings, so I don't know if there's a particular kind of stress. Maybe you're just feeling a little stressed. Sages may be stressed a little bit. I'm seeing, forgive me, I'm not trying to be ignorant, but I don't know if it's Japanese or Chinese, some sort of writing that is in the symbols that seems, I'm going to say Asian, but I don't understand what it's saying because I feel like it's a story. Though I see it as one thing, I feel like it's a story, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like a mantra or a saying, something along the lines.
Start.
Okay, I'm also seeing wooden fence. Okay, I'm going to say fence, but it also could be like strings that connect me to a lot of things. Maybe it's part of that stress. Because I'm seeing it like back in the day, there was like that string game. Anyway, lots of different stresses that I'm seeing as strings. Okay, so now my right eye is hurting as well. Yeah, Sages, I don't know if you're feeling stressed. What's going on? I'm trying to blow off some steam is how I'm feeling, and I'm seeing that. It's like, is that broccoli or something? I don't even know what that is.
Scratch.
Are those scratches? Is that what those are up here? Broccoli to scratches. But I'm seeing the scratches, maybe of stresses that look like stalks of broccoli. I don't know if somebody is maybe I thought something was healthy for me, or like little trees. And now I'm like breaking the stalks off. I'm like, you know what? This is not mine. Stalks, stresses, and strings. Maybe it's the broccoli stalks. Do you feel like you were being stalking or stalking something? Maybe you're stalking your own stresses. I don't know. Sages, this feels. And then I'm brought back into like the Asian story word meaning of some sort. Give me a moment here. I'd like to dig in a little closer to that. I don't know what that is either. I'm seeing a witch's hat. There's an arrow or something in it. I'm gonna say an arrow, but I don't actually see the arrowhead. It's bringing me into that I can see back in the day when there's like town criers and I don't know what they were called. But if there is some sort of communication by, I don't know, it feels like Romany. Like that's how I'm seeing it. Like there's, they're in this circle of like, and there's stages like an auditorium, and all these people are making new rules or contemplations. Anyway. And then the communication or this policy is put on a door with this big stake. Maybe some of you relate to a time frame where an alternative way of existing, you were put to the stake type thing. I could say like witchy or Wiccan, but I feel like, again, that's not broad enough. Those were, this is how it's coming through. Those are terms, or at least witches is a term given by an external that was fearful, that wanted to try and make it a villain. But the real term or reference, it's just natural, feels more natural. It might be like some past life stuff coming up. I'm seeing glasses. Again, with like these scratch marks or strings, but they're breaking apart. They're breaking apart. So if you are doing any sort of past life regressions, or it's like I can see things coming up in this lifetime, in the present moment, that are breaking apart the ties or stresses to the past that have happened. So it could be like a healing, but it's like, oh, maybe I'm allergic to this, and it really has something to do with like a past lifetime that's being healed, or it's presenting itself like, oh, I might be allergic to this, or not have an affinity for this, or I don't resonate with this anymore. Something about terminology as well. One is, I don't know what kind of, I'm seeing like 3 fingers.
Graveyard.
Yeah, it's like I'm digging through the dirt of what's been done. What is that? You know those doctors back in the day? So I'm in like a lot of different time frames here, sages.
In front of you.
And they would wear those masks that looks like a bird with the long nose, because they would put like herbs and stuff in there to so they wouldn't smell the deceased, or something along that lines. I don't know. It's very steampunky. Okay, so I feel like a doctor's coming through. It could be something about health in the present time that you're stressed about. And then I'm like immediately flipped into, but it could be in relation to a past life, like a symptom of something from the past life coming up from back in the day. If there's an attachment to it, to some attachment to the wordage, or the pain of that, and I'm not even willing to let go of it, to the wicked ways or something like that. And it's like, well, if I'm not willing to let go of these specific words that have been, I'm still empowering it by holding on to it. Does that make sense? Like I'm actually adding to the power of the people I don't want just by acknowledging the word. And I'm not saying it's actually in the words like, you know, witches and warlocks and all that kind of good stuff, but it's in that era, like where, what's the source of that language for it to have such a reaction? Okay, I'm seeing, I don't know if it's like a flashlight, or, because I'm like, I've got it pressed up against my nose, like really, really close. I don't know if it's like a scope. I'm getting close. I'm getting close. I'm getting close. Whatever you may be doing, in whatever relation, personal, professional, you know, platonic, romantic, yada, yada, yada. I'm getting close. I'm getting close. Like on the nose, on the nose. It's like I'm in the right area, you know, broad. And I'm coming into, it's almost like a stress detector. The more stressed I get might indicate something. And I back off a little bit, and it's like radar. Like, no, that's stressing me out. And I'm backing away. And I might shift my angle.
Subscribers.
Interesting. Yeah, there's a knot. Oh, like I just want to go inside a little bit here. Like as soon as I kind of wandered into that stress detector, Oh, I wanted to pull my heart back. Oh my goodness, excuse me. And I'm tired. I'm tired. Like this wave of tiredness just came over me. Sage is stressed and sleepy. But because I feel like you're doing things in different realms and different timelines, but they're kind of like culminating into this string of moment. I could say like the Matrix, but I actually want to say more like string theory. It's like I'm a scientist, and I'm like looking for the right word or the right equation to, I'm going to say, heal this complexity of a question. Maybe it doesn't even have to be science. It could be like philosophical. It could be physical. It could be paranormal. It could be, apply anything. But yeah, when. And I'm like shaving down and back into it's asking me to jump over to the contrastal blot. And I'm seeing like, when you're cooking and you're, what are those peeler things? Peeling back the layers to get to the seeds of like the cucumber or something like that. I'm being brought back to the broccoli of the trees. And I cut them down or cut off the stalks of these things that are growing. And then I'm looking at it, even like more like food sensitivity, food diversity, no energy. Yeah, there's a tiredness about it. Okay, sages, I'm going to start adding on some tarot and oracle. There's some sort of bird I'm seeing, but I'm not sure what it is. To be honest with you, I'm not even sure if it's in this timeline. I feel like it's prehistoric. That's why I don't know a word for it. It feels like a prehistoric bird. I am freezing. Actually, there's a few prehistoric birds. We're here for sages. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you to all those who donate. Feel free to comment below. What is that? Scorpion? Might be something with a Scorpio? Or a lobster? Lobster. Somebody looking for love. Is love complicated? Okay, I'm seriously like so chilly. One moment. Sorry. One moment. And now my blanket's going to be all fussy messy. Sages, we're getting comfy and sleepy. Like, let's just get all snuggled. Let's snuggle with the sages. Oh yeah, that's way better. Snuggle in. Yeah, I think it's a lobster or I don't know, like a crawfish. Is that what that's called? Like a crawfish? I don't know. Something along that lines. Like something sticking in your craw. Looking for love and it's complicated, or maybe love is complicated. Lots of okay, so as soon as I said that, you might be, seeing somebody, or it's just not working out. No, I didn't want to lose my train of thought there. Oh, like many ties to the past. Like you might have had many past lives together, like you're very intertwined. We're here for the sages. I'm seeing E.T. It's an adult E.T. But I'm seeing it like from the movie E.T. Phone Home, but it's an adult and it's communicating with something. When I follow the communication, it goes from like grounded to godliness, trick or treat. And I'm not sure which one. Is it, grounded to godliness? Which one is the trick? Which one is the treat? Am I worried that it is a trick? Do you go into this house? What does this house represent? What does this house represent for me? So it's like I'm seeing these, whether it's male and female aspects or energy archetypes of myself or an actual relationship. It doesn't matter about the earthly expression. It's about the energies that one embodies most prominently. And we're going to go up to this house. I don't know what this house represents. But it's like they're going to give good candy. But I feel like, what's the catch? What's the catch? Mummy, change. Change. There might be change. Am I going to be mummified? See, I'm still worried about something. I'm still stressing. Is the change going to be good, or is the change going to mummify me? But is the mummification also like a caterpillar? I can't remember the word right now as I'm in this liminal space in their cocoon. In the cocoon? Am I being cocooned or am I being mummified? Like, I don't know. I'm stressed again. I'm stressed. Protection. Okay. Protection. I still don't even trust my protection. Weird, sages. What's going on? What's going on? On the bottom, we have owl. Wise seeing, wise action. Okay, so the protection, if you call upon it, from the godly source, whatever God means to you, right? Greater operating device or observational device. Apply whatever you'd want under that higher power that observes. Barmbrack, sweetness and synergy. It is
Funny.
Working with you to protect. To break bread with you. Break bread. Invisibility, authenticity, death. The eternal cycle begins here. Is that the change? Does the caterpillar die for the butterfly to be born? Does it mummify itself to transform? Sages. This is why you're sages. Because I'm not trying to imply that the stresses or the suffering is validated or vindicated, but there's a wisdom of my workings here, and it happens invisibly. I don't know if someone's hiding stresses, or you're sensing them outside of you, and you're trying not to get tied up in them. I feel like that's really a wisdom. There's that peeler again. I'm seeing it over there. Not peeler like stripper, but like vegetable peeler. I'm also seeing it as like if you were to thread a needle. I'm seeing it just the top where you would actually like thread it, and where I'm seeing a heart, where a heart comes together. Excuse me, down at the bottom to that point. That is the thread. This may have something to do with love of relationship. And I'm not platonic, personal, professional. When I say love, I'm not isolating it to romance by any means, but it absolutely could resonate with you there. For me, when I land in love, it's just the frequency of love of what I do, love of my animals, love of my home, whatever the case may be, the frequency of love and freeing it and not restricting love.
How does it work?
To particular compartments. Though it flows between all compartments, it's not restricted to those compartments. It's the frequency that flows everything in between. I'm also seeing a gazelle. Yeah, it's a gazelle. And I always, yeah. Queen of Pentacles. And I'm seeing a cow. A gazelle and a cow, 5 of Pentacles. There's somebody that I feel like I have a tie to, whether it's past life ties, karmic ties, consciousness ties. Lovers just came out as I said that. I do see them dissipating.
Show yourself.
Could be them in and of themselves, but it feels like maybe even just the karmic ties and it's clearing up. So the change is that the relationship could be shifting because the karmic ties are released or being cleaned up. The Magician, you may be doing this, sages, which has taken some, science, philosophical stress, but you're doing it. or you've done it. That means it's going to shift. And maybe in some cases, that means the resonance of the relationship, whatever it may be, personal, professional, comes to a close. Or maybe it opens the door to transform from cocoon, little suffering, a little mummified, to the butterfly. I'm not sure. 5 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, but that's what it feels like. Mummified, caterpillar to the butterfly. In regards to love, whatever love is. And this whole thing has been about love. I am seeing a parrot up there. It's a fish parrot. It's a parrot head with a fish body. If those symbols mean anything to you, please follow them. I also feel like, sages, at some point in time, there might have been somebody who took your kindness for a weakness, or maybe it's even of yourself. And they kind of in like they're hunters or whatever, and they have a deer or whatever they may be, like the head mounted over the fireplace. I'm also seeing candy corn, and I'm also seeing candy corn like from, I don't know, for me, like those gross Halloween candies, like, anyway.
Worship.
Okay, I'm seeing spiritual law of attraction. I'm seeing water bearing, like water pouring. I'm actually seeing it like oil. Like, I don't know if it's like turning water into wine or oil, but only one half is. So I don't know, somebody might be in a relationship in some aspect, whether it's even of the male and female aspects of the self, personal, professional, business partner, or a romantic partner. Maybe it's just like roommates or something like that. I don't know. It's not about being tit for tat, this and that. But I'm also like, I'm not playing a game of tic-tac-toe here to see who wins the board. Somebody's overgiving and somebody's undergiving. But I'm seeing it like a fountain. Energy healing. I don't know if Mr. Merlin will come through. I'm seeing it like a fountain, and they're both, like fountains, like out of the mouth, gut. Am I in the sacral solar plexus? But I'm disconnected at the root. Just saying. Last but not least, messages here for our spiritual sages. Is there anything else we'd like to add? Okay. So we have here, take control of this situation. And mother, wife, sister, daughter, Lady Nada. She looks like somebody. She looks like an actress. She looks like an actress. Anyway, the energy healing, the spiritual law of attraction, sages, as we're closing out here, this is what it feels like is happening. Whether it's the cocoon, the mummified butterfly to a rebirthing, the energy healing is what you're doing. Maybe it's through, and maybe that's why I'm sensing a little bit of stress right now, because it's outside of me. But you're like clearing up your karma, your ties with the spiritual law of attraction. You're taking charge of the situation. And in some way, that's the mother, daughter, sister, wife, whether that's of your energy,
Kimberly,
or reflection back. There's like a kindness to the self to say, like, I'm over giving, over nurturing. And it's reclaiming the healing of the aspects, clearing up the karmic ties, peeling back the layers so the seeds, the source is exposed. Wow. This is like serious stuff, but sages, you got this. If you're looking for any sort of validation or affirmation that it's working, I'm going to say it's working. Something about have a lot of fun too in the process, maybe to help de-stress, like go out with friends. And I see like a lightheartedness, like those ladies with like the purple hats or the red hats, and they just go and have a good time. Like they might go for lunch but all dressed up in like 80s gear, or there's a theme to something to kind of break out everyone of their same routine, the this and the that, the da 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 da, and maybe have a sense of humor about being human right now. But it's working, whatever you're doing. All right, Sages, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for being my muse, and I look forward to seeing you again for June. All right, bye.